Shall I read that, brother? You want me to read that story? Get your children out. It's a nice story. It's called Kindly Bears. I don't know where this came from. Look at the eyes of this animal. You tell me. Look, wait, I'm going to stop talking. Look at the eyes of this baby. He's dead. Is he dead? Look at this. Look at his eyes. Well, he was my best friend. Huxley is with me, but I just can't relate to another dog. You know, some guys, this is the story I'm going to read you, Kindly Dogs and Kindly Bears. I wrote it for Teddy one night when it was thundering. Some guys get married and their wife dies, they can never get remarried. I understand that, but it's not me. My dog died and I can't relate to another dog. That I can do. I can do that. I can do the dog thing. If a man's wife dies or leaves him or they move apart emotionally and a man still has that part of him alive, whatever, okay? So here's a bedtime story I wrote and read to Ted some rainy nights when the thunder scares him. In the forest, there lived some bears, but they were a lost tribe of little bears. Very little bears. Whenever someone passed by, they hid, and so no one had ever seen them. This, by the way, is as good as Aesop's fables. See, here's the problem. I wrote a story here that's as good as some of the greatest stories in history, but no one knows it yet. What can I do? In the village, there were hunting dogs, big hunting dogs that hated bears. They were called poodles. Everyone thought they were cute because they smiled as poodles do, but they were bred to hunt, not to smile. In this village, there was a kindly old man who loved both dogs and bears. He cried every time the hunters came home with a bear, so he decided to help both bears and dogs. First, he found the smallest of the poodles. Then he secretly married the little poodle to another little poodle, and they had 7 small baby poodles. Then he went back into the forest and found an abandoned baby bear that was left behind after his mama was taken by the hunters. He took the baby bear home and introduced her to the small baby poodles. They all played together in Mr. Kindly's cottage. Then one day the old man thought, what's going to happen to them when I'm gone? Who will take care of them? Mr. Kindly decided he would keep choosing from the smallest of these little bears and the smallest of these dogs and help them have babies. Years later, when Mr. Kindly was gone and his small cottage sat abandoned in the deep forest, a group of school children on a field trip stumbled upon it. They slowly tiptoed in. As they looked around, they found torn and yellowed scraps of pictures showing the kindly old man surrounded by little dogs and little bears, all cozy together around a warm fire in the hearth. The children's teacher wondered where all those cute, furry animals came from and where they went. Deep in the forest, there was a huge, huge tree whose trunk was wider than an elephant. It was more than 200 years old. In this tree was a little door carved into the foot of the trunk. This door led to a cave, which spread out forever and a mile, and only God in heaven could see where this endless cave led. Somewhere beyond this tree, there is a world where tiny bears and tiny poodles sit together, sipping on honeyed leaves no human has ever seen, that give all the nutrition needed for kindly bears and kindly dogs to live forever and a day. That's the end, my friends. That's all I have to say today. Good night.